Hello everyone, good morning and welcome back to the Hearthstone ladder. My name is Rooster and today we're playing, well, I suppose you can call it Midrange Paladin. Good one. Sure. So it is right on the edge of can you still call this Midrange Paladin? Because let's be honest, you don't see a lot of N'Zoths in mid-range decks nowadays. So it is definitely on the very slow end of mid-range decks. But it does include a lot of more early game compared to a deck like N'Zoth Paladin. So we've still got one Forgotten Healing, we've still got the usual package of Wild Pyromancer, Equality, Consecration, but we're replacing the ultra slow cards like Humility with a lot more early game like the Rallying Blades, the Loot Hoarders, which happen to synergize with N'Zoth, so that's not terrible. I don't think we want two Rallying Blades, do we? I don't think so, no. I'm keeping the other two, because they're actually fine cards in the early game, and getting the Rallying Blade is very relevant against Shamans, actually.
Hello, challenger.
So, Argent Squires can be a little awkward. I am actually tempted to just coin out a hero power here, but it seems really weak. Can we... Let me think. Do we just Loot Hoarder to cycle and draw a card? That seems really awful. But not killing the Argent Squire, it's going to cost us something. It's going to cost us a lot, and we might as well get started, I think. That is really awkward. I usually don't like coining a hero power, but I'll coin a Loot Hoarder. He will trade, and that's okay. This means I'm okay with this trade, and we might get... Oh, if I had that Pyromancer before, then I surely would have hanged on to the coin. Hung on to the coin? Whatever. So... Can just play a Wild Pyromancer here, otherwise he just trades his Golem into... Yeah, that's fine. So the deck is a little lacking in cheap spells to combine with the Pyromancer, so it might not be... It might not work out the way we want it to, but I don't think this is unreasonable. Slows him down a little bit. We can deal with that. We really need to start weaponing up. But I kind of want to save the True Silver for that thing. This is going to be a whole pile of awkward, won't it? We can actually kill the Argent Squire with the Argent Horse Rider, which is not an awful idea. Other than that, we can Rallying Blade and not really do anything with it. So I guess we Horse Rider and we prepare to True Silver that one down. I guess it's okay. It feels strange to use these aggressive cards like Argent Squire and Argent Horse Rider in what is not really that aggressive of a deck, but it seems to work out okay. So do we Rallying Blade or True Silver Champion here? That's a real question. I don't necessarily need the True Silver here, but I don't really need the True Silver for anything but Totem Golem, so I guess it's fine here. And it's a little more mana efficient, which might allow us to, for example, next turn equip a Rallying Blade and Hero Power, if that's the best thing we've got. If that's the best thing we've got, then we're not in a good spot, though. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we're consecrating here, just to do a little bit of damage control. We could be greedy and not do that, but we're taking 8 damage next turn. That is a lot. Well, I guess we're taking 6, so we could develop a new weapon and hero power. That doesn't seem okay to me. So let's just waste the weapon. We need to use our weapon charges, or we're not making any use of that. So clearing the board here. And we're down to 19. That's okay. We've got a lot more late game than our opponent here, and we've got the Wild Pyromancer equality, which is actually something I could have considered for last turn. Should I have? I don't know. Oh, that is a good top deck. I like that a lot. And that means we can also Rallying Blade to kill the totem here. Alright, things are looking up here. Because I do think we have a lot more late game than our opponent here, so we just need to weather the storm, basically. People might not know what they're dealing with when they're facing a deck like this, so that's also good. I think from below, I think depending on what else comes out here, I think I just might use a Wild Pyro equality. Because we're not able to deal with this board sufficiently. And we can actually hero power along with it. I guess it's fine. I'm not in love with it, but sure. Let's just go for it, because this should be a lot of his burst gone, I think. A lot of his more impressive cards. Yeah, so I think we just beat the brunt of his deck. And he didn't have a whole lot left. So you're using all these aggressive cards in a really defensive manner, and that feels a little strange at first. Should give credit where credit is due. This is one of Strifegrow's decks, which I admire in him. He's trying some new stuff, and the last iteration of his deck was a lot of fun to play with. Yeah, it was a little faster. I don't remember exactly what kind of cards were in that version. Oh, there were Selfless Heroes and a couple of other more aggressive cards. There wasn't Nazoth in that one, for example. And that one turned out okay, but if this is the new and improved version, then I'm definitely up for trying that. Getting the early game cards against the Hunter, yeah. I don't think Consecration is going to be a winning play here. That is rather slow, but we do have something to do on 2 and 3, so that's reasonable. Don't want to coin anything out, because the Pyromancer coin is going to be valuable still. I might consider using the Horse Rider here now. Or the weapon. Weapon might also seem reasonable, but the Horse Rider is a little less flexible, I think. Would be a decent idea to combine the weapon with the Horse Rider, but that seems a little greedy. So I don't think we can do that, and in that case we're using the weapon because it's more flexible for next turn. So we don't have a great answer to the high main yet, which will definitely come down on turn 6. Losing the Joust against the Hunter is such a beating. Not only do they get a card, they usually get a pretty expensive card too. And high main is usually the most expensive card in their deck, so that is kind of a setback. So yeah, I guess we weapon that just to protect the Horse Rider. That doesn't seem quite right, but then again, I kind of like it. I don't want to lose the Horse Rider to an unfortunate incident, and the Hunter shouldn't be able to deal with this easily. Getting the Forbidden Healing and the Ragnaros in hand does make me feel a little safer.
It's getting hot in here.
Could still get a 50-50 here, but that's yeah, that's just the way it is. Haven't got the greatest of turns right here, but I guess Loot Hoarder is reasonable. Do we want to? I really don't want to get a trade here. If he has the Unleash, then so be it. If he's using it here and trading all of his 1/1s in, which is going to be okay. He can't run the risk of me consecrating afterwards. And I would for sure, well, Pyromancer plus Forbidden Healing. So, yeah, sure. He can use his bow to hit the 1-1 and force me to trade the Loot Hoarder in, but I'm okay with that. Quick shot that one. Weapon on the other one. Okay, I am perfectly okay with this. Do I want to save the Kodo for something more important? I think it's fine just getting it out here. It is perfectly fine. Gotta get that tempo before the Highwing hits. Which we don't have a great way to deal with, mind you. But I don't expect him to use his weapon here, so that's pretty good. I didn't even consider the Harrison Jones last turn, which is a little unfortunate. Can he kill us next turn if he hits Highmane in? Really unlikely. I don't think he can. Oh, especially if we destroy his weapon here, so that's fine. That is perfectly fine, and we can even develop the Argent Squire. He didn't appear to have an Unleash in hand, so that's okay. And the Harrison should be a really good trade against the Highmane, so he is bound to start hitting face here. Which we can easily undo with the Ragnaros in 2 turns, so that's pretty good. Might have to use a Forbidden Healing next turn, but I think that's reasonable. If we can run the Harrison into the Savannah Highmane though, and then Consecrate, then I will definitely take that opportunity. Okay, and here comes the face. Oh, this is such a good Consecration next turn. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. So wait, huh? I don't quite understand that attack, but let me think here. So we can kill that, and he actually made that a little awkward for us. Believe it or not. Can we can Pyro Consecrate. Let's see. If we Pyro Consecrate and then Forbidden Healing something, I don't like where that goes though. That does clear our own board right before. No, I don't think that's a winning play. Can we? No, not really. We can actually do this. No, that's the same thing, but sure, I do think we have to clear this board. Oh, this actually does clear. Yeah, that's fine. So we don't have to use the Forbidden Healing here. That's good. That is much better. The Harrison would die regardless, even if it hit into the 3-3 because of the Pyromancer effect. And getting something like this on the board for a Call the Wild turn is quite valuable. Might still have to Tyrion. Tyrion's fine here. Don't think we can. Oh, that is also really good. It's a shame we don't have the Pyromancer anymore. But Tyrion will have to hold the fort here. If he has a deadly shot, then we're pretty much done. But that's the only real thing that can go wrong here. I don't really have another option. I don't think Ragnaros Light Lord is going to do it here. He has 12 damage on the field, so we heal for 8. I don't like where that goes. And it still has the same problem, where we basically die to deadly shot. So that's just going to be the way it is, I guess. So the only real thing that can go wrong here is exactly that card. Ouch. That's a beating. Oh, and we're just dead. Wow.
Well played.
Yeah, that is a thing that happens. If he either lost the joust or didn't have to call the wild there, we could have definitely won that game. But having both is rough to deal with, and the deadly shot, of course. So if one of the 3 pieces was missing, I think we could have won that one. But high main on 6, Cold Wild on 8, and then an answer to Arterian. That is a rough one. We can clearly see how this deck is supposed to win, though. It really is a grindy deck. It needs to outlast its opponents
My hammer burns with holy
and
fire.
not burn them down. Unlike what something like the Argent Horse Rider and the Rallying Blades would suggest. I don't think you can get a... Well, in most occasions you can't really get an aggressive opener and beat your opponent down. Against a Priest, do we want to keep a Pyromancer? I don't know. I think we do, because these other cards are way too slow. And just having something, well... It's not unreasonable to just keep hero powering up as long as they don't have a Northshire Cleric, then that's probably okay. And Pyromancer is actually a reasonable keep against the Northshire Cleric, so that's fine. Do we coin it out though? I'm pretty sure we don't.
Hello, challenger.
That card doesn't really challenge us here. If he... Oh, hello. Well, that was unexpected. I think I like coining out our Eldar Protector here. I'm pretty much expecting Nazoth Priest here. I don't know about that huge toad though. That seems really strange. Might be a more aggressive version of Zoo in a more aggressive priest deck in that case. So he could get a 50-50 here, but if he trades the cleric in, then that's especially fine with me. Well, that's pretty decent, I will admit. But the Pyromancer should still, well, no, actually it doesn't. That is a really slow play for a deck that plays huge toads, though. So maybe the huge toads are just a means to an end to grab control of the board. We can't really, well, the cleric's already hurt, so playing something doesn't really matter. I think we'll still go for the Pyromancer, because that does allow us to kill it next turn. Teamed up with the Argent Squire, that seems okay. That combo will allow us to kill it next turn, so that's good enough, I think. I really don't know what to expect. That huge toad really threw me off. So Circle, okay, you can draw 2 cards with a Circle of Healing. That is fine with me, I think. No, we're not able to kill it next turn, though. What is going on here? What is going on here, though? Do we want to waste an equality here? No, we don't. No, we don't. It's a priest. But any other options? We could just Forbidden Healing something and kill the cleric. I think it's a little late for that. That might be the way to go, though. That does kill our board and leaves him with this thing here. Is that okay? I really don't know what to expect. That's kind of a problem. We can just next turn drop the Harrison. Can he kill? He can kill our minions though. So I guess if we would have equality'd, we should have done it already. I am really confused here. Okay, let's go for this one. I don't expect you to really need the Forbidden Healing in the oh, well, that's a card. Yeah, that wasn't...
An error.
I should have healed my face. That would have cost us the Wild Pyromancer, though. I really don't know. that huge toad threw me off by so much. You have no idea. We do have the Equality Consecrate to get back onto the board, though, so that's kind of fine. Let's play the Harrison and see how he deals with this.
I have no time for games.
Okay, that seems like a fine Equality Pyromancer here. Equality Consecrate is not what we want to do here. Well, he's never going to really steal anything worthwhile of us, so we'll just take a little bit of damage, I guess. That is probably okay. Are we scared about him drawing more cards? He's got a lot of options. I guess we'll hit this. And we might hit the Drake next turn, and that's still reasonable. We've got some card draw in hand. We should be in okay shape, unless he... No, even if he buffs the Sylvanas. We'll take a little bit of damage, but priests don't have burst. Okay. That is probably okay. We can consecrate here. Wait, do we... Oh yeah, of course. That is perfectly fine, because that allows us to equality consecrate here. Sure. I am a little scared of the N'Zoth turn, which is a little bit of a problem. And he's got so much more cards than we do, but Lay on Hands will kind of fix that, depending on how much he floods the board right now. Can't easily deal with that. I would have loved to... Yeah, so the huge stoats are just a N'Zoth shell, I guess. That kind of makes sense. Do we just wanna... I guess we do. Let's hit this and draw some cards. We're not developing the board, but there's no real way to productively develop the board anyway, so I'm okay with that idea. Don't have an answer to a N'Zoth turn, and I don't have an answer to a big board, so that is concerning. And that is a decently sized threat on the board. He will have an Entomb on hand, won't he? So what is our answer right here? We could keep a Revolt on that thing and hit it down with the True Silver. I guess that's kind of okay. That is going to be the best thing considering, sure.
None may steal us.
That is going to be the best idea, considering he's probably got the Entomb for the Tyrion ready. I'm not sure how we can play around that now. Perhaps we can get him to Entomb something like a Kodo or a Justicar. Now that is a good card to get from your Shifting Shade too. So we're going to need... Ooh. This is not good. I don't know what happened there. I just got overly concerned, I guess. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. We're going to need to risk a Tyrion here. We're just going to die to an Entomb, but that's just the way it is. The Dragon N'Zoth Priest. Interesting. So we can hit one of them and drop the Tyrion. There's no other way we're surviving this, right? We've got exactly 16 and he's got exactly 16. There is no other way to deal with the board right now. Okay, so we're going to have to do this. And hit on one of these. Because spell power might actually be relevant. I don't know whether there's room for Holy Nova in that deck, but we'll see. So there's the Entomb, or the Shadow of Death. And that is still lethal, wow. That's a pretty big misplay in the early game, I guess. I'm just not used to seeing huge toads in Priest. That is embarrassing. Alright, well, sure, you got me. You got me. So let's see. A hunter. We can deal with hunters. We've dealt with a hunter before. Well, Hunter has dealt with us before. So time to have our revenge, I guess. True Silver, too slow, I think. It is in the top. No, it's not good enough right now. I would take a Rallying Blade over that any day of the week. Especially when going first. When going second, I would have definitely considered it. So we might have the benefit that we're pretending... We could be pretending to be an aggro deck here, so that's good. Not if we Hero Power on turn 2, though. Would we consider a Loot Harder here? Would we consider a Pyromancer here? I think the Hero Power is just going to be fine. Let's get rid of the Divine Shield first and see what he does. Argent Squire and Hunter. That either means a really aggressive one or something special. That is a good ping. Pretty good for us. Now we can Argent Horse Rider and trade, which seems like the way to go.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here. The battle.
So that's that Flame Juggler to face was kind of important here. Ooh, and this juggle is also going to be a big decider. That is pretty bad for him. Do we want to kill both? Or do we want to just develop... I don't really want to develop the Loot Hoarder plus Hero Power here. I guess I could True Silver the Knife Juggler. That is probably more reasonable. It's actually curious. I'm in such a good spot right now, and I don't know what to do. So Loot Harder, Hero Power, probably still okay. Probably still okay.
Mind if I roll knee?
Reporting for duty.
It's a little unfortunate against the Fiery Bat specifically. If this were... well, if this were an Argent Squire, it would be the same problem, actually, but... it is a pretty good trade for him to try for the 50-50 again, and I think he deserves a little break right now. But playing the Pyromancer just gives him the same option. And the True Silver, I would prefer to save the True Silver for something more important. For example, if he would play basically any beast right now, I would like to be able to kill that with the True Silver. So yeah, it doesn't really matter which one you pick, and that is definitely okay. Oh, that's a really big turn for him though. Does not have a weapon yet, but I think I'm hanging on to this Harrison for now. So let's Rallying Blade here, Hero Power, keep the weapon around, and see what our opponent's up to. Expecting something big from his hand, so there's probably at least a High Mane and a Cold Wild in there. Let's see if we're prepared to deal with that. That is also a card. That is most definitely a card, assuredly. So if High Mane comes down next turn, what do I do against it? I smash my Justicar in. I guess that's fine. It is the most productive thing to do on the board, right? So, sure. Don't wanna use the Rallying Blade here. It's still valuable in dealing with a High Mane. He might be convinced to trade his 5-5 into my 6-3 if he wants to drop a High Mane here. Or uses a quick shot on that. I guess I'm okay with that. Could have used the Rallying Blade to face twice if I end up True Silvering here. That would be really unfortunate. Could also consider some kind of Pyromancer right now. I will admit it is a little awkward, but I could Pyromancer and then heal my face for 10. Which allows me to get rid of that by hitting in. Still have a Pyromancer on the board. Can't Hero Power in that case. Maybe I just waste a weapon. That does allow me to actually make a board, which is really bad against Unleash, but sure. Let's waste the weapon. That feels really bad. That does feel really bad. But we've got the Forbidden Healing here, so I think we're okay against against most of what he brings out here. I'm not expecting a high main anymore, so there's probably at least one. Oh, well, I guess I'm wrong. He really didn't want to play the high main against. He didn't want to play the high main against our Justicar in that case. Okay, so we're in a little bit of trouble here. Can we can hit the high main. That seems like a really great idea. And then we can Pyromancer. That does get rid of the board, at the very least. How much life do we still have left in that case? No use worrying about that, I guess. Yeah, that feels bad. I think it's what we have to do right now. We can heal for 12. We can equip the weapon first, that seems greedy. Let's just do it this way. I don't like where this is headed. And now the Call of the Wild comes down. Oh, or the second high main. That is not insurmountable. If he had a Call of the Wild, he would have played it here, so I'm expecting him to not have it right now. That means we're tempo harassing. I'm pretty sure. We're taking a hit from the high main, but that's just. Yeah, it's ugly, but it's just what we have to do. We have to deal with the high main somehow. We do have a Lay on Hands on hand. Oh my gosh. Where do I keep getting these cards? So we need an equality right now. Or doesn't do it, does it? We can actually... We can Rallying Blade and run into the Misha. Then trade Harrison. And then Consecrate. Then perhaps even... That's bad. If this is our best option, then that's pretty bad. So do we have to Pyromancer here? I think we do. I think we do. And then if we survive the next turn, which I highly doubt, then we can Lay on Hands and we might be okay-ish next turn. But things are not looking pretty here. He basically needs just a kill command or a quick shot. Or a Huffer, I guess. Yeah, well, good job. You drew all of your big cards. Ain't that great? I don't feel we made a lot of misplays that that game, but high mains are such a pain. If I just had an Alder or something, that would have been so much. Oh, I don't want to switch decks here. That would have been so much easier. I'm feeling... I might sound a little salty, but I just don't know what's the best way to deal with that right now. I just really don't know. No, yeah, Rogue. Let's see how we can deal with that. The deck has proven to be much better than it's showing right now for me. As you saw in the first game, or against slower decks, it can really do something. Keep the Loot Hoard, I keep the Pyromancer. Do I keep the Pyromancer? I think I keep the Pyromancer. Yeah, sure. May have wanted to keep the True Silver also, but don't know about that. Having the Alder is a decent safety net for when a rogue really starts going off with a Van Cleave or something. Pretty much forcing her to hero power here, so that's good. Or perhaps coin SI7, which is also fine with me. And we're cycling a card, so that's good. I do wanna draw a little deeper into my deck. May just have to hero power here, which kind of sucks, but don't want to overcommit against a rogue because it's so easy for her to flip the board with a handful like that. She's taking it slow, it seems. Is that a deadly poison? That is not a deadly poison yet, at the very least. We want to commit anything more than a hero power here? Not really. These are important cards, but not right now. You are free to kill this at your leisure, ma'am. So at least we can Elder that one, or we can True Silver it. I don't hate that either. Let's develop the True Silver. We can take a little bit of damage right now. So we can save the Elder for something more important, and this is pretty much what True Silver's made for. So that is pretty good, and let's see if we can get the Rogue to commit anything meaningful. So Pyromancer looking pretty good here, although we only have one spell to combine with it, and that's not the spell we want to use right now. Although since we drew the second one, it may still not be the worst idea. I have to admit I don't like using inequality here. There's a question. That is the risk of running Pyromancer with a deck like this. We don't have a lot of cheap spells to combine with it. I guess they are mostly to combine with the equalities. So if we Pyro equality, we can still hero power. That does not really do too much. I don't think we need to do that right now. We can just Kodo something. We can actually Keeper of Uldaman and hero power. I don't hate that. Do we want to kill this though? I think we'll leave it be for now. That is a little dangerous, but if the Violet Teacher runs out of hand, we still have the Pyromancer. So we will take a little bit of damage. We are committing the Keeper, which is not all that important, I think. So I don't think this is unreasonable, but it is a little... it's not actually all that risky, to be honest. And if she hits the... Okay, that's fine. So if necessary, I can still equality Pyromancer, but I would like to draw into... Well, we don't really have anything to combine with it, though. That is kind of the problem. That is one of the differences between a normal N'Zoth Paladin and this deck. A normal N'Zoth would just humility on the Violet Teacher, and the equalities are so important that you're really reluctant to get rid of them for basically free. We don't have a Consecrate. I guess we can commit the Sylvanas here and see where it goes from there. I kind of don't like it, because she'll just sap it and we'll be sad. Any other options, though? Not really. If she only committed a little bit more, then I would have liked the equality, but they're just too expensive. I can't afford to use them willy-nilly. Okay, that is reasonable enough. We're taking a little bit of damage, but it is just... It is just not done to use an equality on something as irrelevant as that. Okay, we could just lay on hands here and see how we deal with the board later. She didn't sap the Sylvanas, so that's good. That means we can at least kill the Teacher or kill the Murloc Knight. I'm not sure. The Teacher is going to be more dangerous, right? We could be dead next turn. That is actually slightly concerning. But In that case, we could commit the Tyrion. Are we dead if we get sapped and cold-blooded? We kind of are. I'm being way too greedy here.
Put your feet.
But let's go with this. I feel I'm being way too greedy here, but I don't think this is awful. We've got the lay on hands to catch back up.
The best deals anywhere.
And we have, well, unless she's really trying to draw into a sap, isn't she? Or does she destroy the Tyrion right now? If she destroys the Tyrion, then I'll happily... that is not... That might be a sap still. But I've still got the Pyromancer equality, so that's fine. Taking a little bit more damage here. I still can't... Oh, there's a cold blood. Oh boy, that's not good. That has to be a cold blood, right? Yeah. Okay, that is trouble. Am I still dead? Oh my gosh. I was expecting to live here. I really was, but that's a preparation into... Oh, conceal, okay. Okay, we're fine. Don't worry guys, we've got this. We for sure got this. We just need to survive one turn, right? So we can hit her for 10 at the very least, and then we die next turn to basically anything. That feels good. So this has to happen. And then I guess we commit some small guys. We don't have a forbidden healing. That would have saved us here. I should have bit the bullet earlier, but if she can't kill us here, then we can lay on hands. Well, there's a pipe dream. So yeah, that was way too greedy. But I was really waiting for something better to equality Pyromancer, but that I really shouldn't have. It's just how you play against Miracle Rogue, I guess. If they've got a board, then they're dangerous and they should be taken care of. I'm not sure whether I would be able to deal with everything else coming out though. Yeah, if I had bit the bullet earlier, then I would have been in a much better shape. However, if she had drawn a sap, then I would have been dead sooner, so... There's something to be said for both sides. Against a Warlock... I still don't think keeping True Silver in the opener is a good idea. Especially when you're going first, but this hand looks a little awkward. It's just what we have to deal with, I guess. It was looking so good from the first game. Okay, so expecting a Warlock here, and that would make this a Knife Juggler, I guess? Or just a Flame Imp. I guess I'm okay with that. Oh, yeah, of course. So that'll be a little awkward. I guess we'll do the only thing we have available to us right now. Expecting him to trade the Voidwalker in, and that means we can Argent Horse Rider the Voidwalker next turn, so that's kind of okay-ish. It's got a decent start here, and we have not, which is a little scary. Doesn't have a good trade against this though, so it will kill something meaningful unless he has another Voidwalker, and then we have got a True Silver to take care of that, so that's good, I suppose. I think we have to take care of that though. I guess we can take care of two things and leave the Councilman be. I don't like that. We're going to have to leave the Councilman be though. Can we still take care of it next turn? We cannot with the Kodo. So that means... we can take care of it with the equality, I guess. I don't like it, but it may just be what we have to do. Okay, well that is troublesome. I would like to see a Consecrate here. Or a Pyromancer, I guess. Because I think I will... That's not pretty. That's not pretty, but it's what we have to do, I guess.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
We could actually equality this. No, I think that's impossible. Equality actually gives us an out in case we draw a Pyromancer, and we might sorely need that. So, this is not good. That is a really weak start, and that is basically a killer. If only we could draw a Consecrate, that would be so great. He's going to trade into our minions though, isn't he? He has to be, yes, he has to be, okay. And there's the Consecrate, that is something. I think we're still dead though. So we could equality Consecrate. Alternatively, we could die to, well, we could die to +1 damage and either a Power Overwhelming or a Soulfire, which is a decent chance. So Consecration always happens, and the real question here becomes: do we? I don't think we can win if we're put up against a full board again next turn. We don't have any answers right now. So if he hits face here, then we can still equality the board, kill his most important thing, perhaps Kodo something else. That is 2 damage, and there's the Power Overwhelming or the Soul. Oh, that is not. Okay. We can still draw a Pyromancer here. It could happen to us, or it could not.
Your win, friend. I can see.
Wow, we're doing really crappy here. That's not good. I really want to give it one more game. I really want to see this deck succeed, because I like playing the deck, but it's not showing up today. I think both of the Hunter games we had a chance though, if we were a little less unfortunate, and if we didn't play like a complete turd against the
My hammer burns with holy fire.
against the, what am I talking about? Against the Rogue, then we could have had a chance there. I am tempted to keep the True Silver, but I want to combine the coin with the Pyromancer, so I think we're keeping these 3. The Consecration is too important. Oh, we've got a toolbox here. Alright. So if this is another Zoolock, it could actually be the same Zoolock. I don't know.
Hello, challenger.
We've got quite the toolbox here. So let's see. That's not necessarily a Zoolock even. Alright, well, I don't mind the Reno Lock matchup, I think. As long as they don't get their Direxes out too early. So let's see if it's just a Zoolock with a really bad start, or... It could still be. It could still be, and I really wish I kept the True Silver right now. So what do we do here? I guess an Eldor is not out of the question. Alternatively, we just... Hero powering isn't helping though. I guess we give him a freebie. We have to do something about the board right now. Would it matter which one I let... No, I don't think it matters which one I set his attack to 1. And I'm surprised he's not taking the trade here, because that does let me Kodo it next turn if I draw 1. And that would be pretty sweet. I will admit that would be pretty sweet. I might even coin out the Harrison here, as strange as that may seem. Because it actually contests what he might play next. instead of us doing basically nothing here.
Options
Yeah, so I do like that thought.
belong to the museum.
We're not waiting for him to play Jaraxxus and then drawing a bunch of cards. I don't think that's the way to win this game. Although it is a way to win. But if he Jaraxxus us and we don't have a board at the time, then I don't think we're in a good spot regardless. So we basically have to commit to the board, and we don't have anything right now. Okay, that's great. We do have answers, so that's something. And we want to commit none of these cards. I would have, if I had 1 mana more, I would have probably keepered my own minion, but just to have some kind of board presence. This seems really weak. I don't like it. Twilight Drake coming up? Don't mind that too much. Alright, so I can set that one to 3/3. I don't mind. Yeah, I think I like that. That lets him kill my 1/1 for free, but then I can possibly consecrate next turn. Oh, I don't want to Eldor, I want to do this. Exactly, and we can True Silver it down next turn, so that's fine. So, show me what you got, friend. Is that a mountain giant in your hand, or are you just happy to see me? Alright, there's the board. We might even consider using equality here. Which is not the worst idea I've ever had. Alternatively, we could Eldor that one down. I think I would equality consecrate this. That seems fine. Does not allow us to commit anything else to the board, but that's acceptable, sure. Gets us somewhere on the board. He could Mortal Coil or Demon Wrath here, but that's probably fine. That means it's not hurting us later. Or he could just commit some big stuff, but... Ooh, are we killing that? I think we are. We don't have a great way to commit to the board, but... Yeah, unless he kills the 3/1 right now, I am perfectly happy to just kill that and keep Hero Powering. True Silver or Rallying Blade? That is the eternal question. I think the Rallying Blade is better later. So let's go with this. Basically forces him to use some kind of board wipe before playing anything next turn, so that is fine. Keeping up the pressure is also important. Basically forcing him to Reno in a few turns, that is pretty good. So there's the Demon Rat, so that's not going to bother us anytime later. Oh, there's the Bloodsilkers there. Okay. That's pretty nice. That is pretty good for him. I like the Justicar here. Basically forcing a board wipe every 2 turns is going to be pretty good, I think. And it contests the Senjin, which is not awful. So I think I like that. I could Consecrate and Rallying Blade, but that feels really weak. That feels really weak right now. Let's commit to Justicar. No, slowdowns. We're okay. All right. Just committing some small dudes to the board. And let's see what his answer will be. I'm expecting him to have an answer to... Oh, hello there. So we've got the Elder to deal with that. Hello. Okay. thank you. So we... Oh, True Silver's not bad. We've got the Eldar, so I don't think we need to be scared of dying. He hasn't played an Emperor, so his biggest burst will be 12. That is enough for me to be worried about, right? If I'm hitting into this, then it is. Oh, actually, with the True Silver, it is not. But he does have 2 damage on the board, okay. So we may have to... I don't like that. We can't easily kill that, so this always has to happen. And then the question becomes, are we going to play around Leroy plus Faceless? I think this is also always something that happens. And I guess to be safe we can do this. Sure. That also keeps us safe. I don't know whether dealing 6 damage to his face is worth that risk. Because if he runs Alexstrasza, I'm expecting him to run combo. I don't think he can kill us right now. Oh, come on, double weapon removal. Oh, yeah, he got one from the Dark Battler, of course. Well, I've got a few more where that came from, so that's good. No, that's not bad. Oh, double, that's pretty nasty. That is pretty nasty, I will admit. Kodo looks nice, though. So we could consecrate, trade, Kodo, and rallying. Well, we can't do all of that in one turn. Alternatively, we could Pyro Consecrate, which doesn't really do anything, unless I also Forbidden Healing, which I don't like. Let's assume Consecrate always happens. Right. Consecrate always happens. So that means we're trading, for example, this, and this. Oh, that doesn't guarantee to kill it. I don't like that. So I guess we do this. And do we die to combo still? He's got 12 and 12, so we could Forbidden Healing face and then hope that Ragnaros clears up next turn. Okay. I'm a little nervous. Maybe I shouldn't be. But as long as it doesn't cost us too much to play around that. I really would have liked to Hero Power here, though. But that would still leave us dead to Leroy plus. So yeah. Ooh, that is also dangerous. Can we deal with that? Not without an equality, unfortunately. That is really dangerous. We might have to risk the Ragnaros versus Ragnaros, which is really ugly. Okay, no way to play around that anymore. So I guess we go with this, which is not pretty. Let's be honest here, that's not pretty, but it does bring us up to 14 again. Oh yeah, so we can play around that. Will be a really ugly kill on our Ragnaros Lightlord if his Ragnaros hits it, though.
Your magic shall not...
Silence, okay, and does he have the power overwhelming then? Oh, that works, yeah. So we weren't wrong. That is a really nice kill, though. That is a really nice kill. That was well played from him. Okay, so, yeah. The deck looks nice, but seems a little disappointing in practice, unfortunately. I was hoping I had a positive message for you guys, that Paladin is actually doing quite well. Perhaps if you played some matchups a little better than I did, then you would be in a much better shape. It is still worth a try, but for now I wouldn't jump the bullet and craft your Ragnaros Lightlords yet. Feels like a pretty safe skip for now, because Paladin doesn't seem positioned that well. Unfortunate. And on a low note for today, but I will be back after the weekend, I think. Might take one day off here. I haven't been too consistent lately, and I'm really sorry about that, but for now I'm aiming to get the daily videos back starting next week. So if you have any suggestions, please leave a comment below, and as always, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Or not.